Hello, this is Kev, and this is Black Man Being Brutally Honest. And just this story happened about a week ago. As you can see, this young man he passed away helping a friend, and it's just one of those many sad occurrences that I feel like do need to be discussed. And you know, and in this particular area, Birmingham, Alabama, there's many stories that can be discussed. When I did a little digging, um, there's a lot of stupid things going on out here, and unfortunately, especially in these times, during the coronavirus epidemic, well, pandemic, excuse me, that things like this have to happen. And there are many bad things that happen around the world and in this country especially. But um, I'm about what happens in our community. And when things like this happen in our community, I feel like they have to be talked about. These behaviors have to be put on the spotlight so we can prevent them, and it won't you know cost lives like this young man right here on the screen, Emilio Elliott Jr. Um, to put it quite simply, he died helping someone. He died helping someone, and it was most definitely a shame that his life had to end that way. So let's get into it. Okay, and also before we get started, my name is Kev, and this YouTube channel is called Black Men Being Brutally Honest. And what I like to do from time to time is report on things that don't get very much traction, very much circulation, but I feel like that some of these stories is worth noticing, and it's just how horribly this story unfolds. So just thank you for watching as always, and as always, I ask you to please subscribe because just based on the seriousness, such as stories such as how this young man's life ended, and topics such as these, because I feel like they're important for to be on the path to our own healing as a community, and peace of mind for people who lose their loved ones in such sudden tragic incidences. So okay, let's get on it. All right, and this headline reads: I was so proud of my son. Man killed in Birmingham shootout while bringing woman rent money. Now, when you read that headline, I already know what some of my viewers are thinking already. But let's get into it. Let's when you hear stuff like this, just try to keep an open mind, and to not always assume that it is one way until you hear all of the facts that were presented when these things are being reported, to give them light and to give them credibility. So, um, okay, and also, both his parents' names are mentioned in this article. See, his name is Emilio Elliott Jr., which, yes, there is an Emilio Elliott Sr., and his mother is named Stacy Elliott. Now, to those two people, I would like to apologize for some of the language that I am about to use. Some of I do get candid and I do get emotional when I like, because I can do things like I can say some of the things that some people close to you or yourself you might want to say. in this. So just most of all, my condolences. I just don't feel as if your son had to die for this particular thing right here. It sickens me to hear how it unfolded. But let's get into the article. Let's read the article, and I will definitely be putting the link in the description. Um, and it reads: a young man gunned down in Birmingham's Southtown community 5 days ago died doing what he often did, trying to help someone. Emilio Elliott Jr., 23. Let's pull that up. A 23-year-old, affectionately known as EJ, was critically wounded by gunfire and died less than 7 hours later. His grieving father, Emilio Elliott Sr., said Wednesday his son had friends from all walks of life, and if any of them needed something, he was always there for them. So the picture is painted that Emilio he's a good guy. He's had friends from all walks of life, and he helped his friends quite often. I mean, who knows what his family's financial situation was, but I hear, I've heard, I've been around for a little bit, I would say, and I've heard stories like this occasionally on how friends would actually either come into some good fortune or already have some good fortune, and they'll help their friends out. And unfortunately for a couple of these guys, their friend, they always had that one jealous friend, and it's like they would just get killed. The helping friend would get killed, and it's just like it's very sad to hear that people actually are malicious enough to kill others for helping. But let's go on. Let's go on with this story. So, and also they said that his son had friends from all walks of life, and if any of them needed something, he was always there for them. I understand that. I had friends from all walks of life, and if I could help, I would. If I can help, I mean, like, but let's just. I mean, this is some sad stuff, okay? And his father would go on to say, whenever one of his friends was in trouble, he would help. Elliot said, it's hard to explain EJ. He was a lot of things to a lot of people. I was so proud of my son. That smile lit up everyone room he went into. On that Friday, EJ left his family home to take some money to a female friend who needed help with her rent. He was just going to drop off the money and return home to spend the day with his young niece. Wow. All right. So he had a female friend. Who knows of the extent of the female friendship? Um, if he often helped people, this was something regular to EJ, and however it's perceived by anyone, EJ, one can assume that EJ felt as if he was helping as usual, you know. But it is. Let's read further. I need you to read what I read before. All right. It appears word got around that he would be arriving with cash, Elliot said. And when EJ got out of his car, he was robbed and shot. He was able to shoot at his assailant but lost the battle. Montreal Austin, 26, is charged with capital murder in EJ's death. Okay, all right. This is where I start to get a little angry right here. Okay, all right. When you hear that, This two word, you can slap it up into one word. This is what enters your mind. Setup. Word got around that he would be arriving with cash. Okay, if this one like, and this is the coronavirus epidemic, and let's just keep it real. Some people weren't able to cash in on that stimulus money, or was able to apply for unemployment because they probably were in trouble in some other kind of way, you know. So hard times with people not working. I mean, I think 16 million people lost their jobs. And you can imagine the tremendous impact that had in the black community. And, this EJ, he did not know that, he wasn't aware of he obviously wasn't aware of the gravity of the situation. He just understood, EJ just understood that there was a friend in need. Yes, and we do stress the importance of carrying a firearm for protection from incidences such as this. But what can you do in an ambush? He was ambushed. They said he was able to shoot back, but whatever the circumstances were, whether he was caught by surprise or not, the other person was serious about getting that money. A man is this is what makes me, and I'll get further into it. All right, now let's just a little bit about EJ. EJ was born in Detroit, where he lived until he was 10. His family included his mother, Stacy Elliott. They moved to Alabama in search of a better, safer life for their children and themselves. There, as in Stacy and Emilio Sr. He was a typical boy. He played Little League football for the Central Park Chargers and the midfield Hueytown Saints. So he sounded like he was pretty productive. He's a pretty productive young man, not looking for any trouble. Okay. Yeah, but troubles found him before. They said while living in Fairfield, the family's home was burglarized and all of EJ's Christmas presents were stolen. It was then that the family moved to Hoover, where EJ eventually would go on to play football for 1 year under Hoover High School coach Josh Niblett. Okay, all right. So, yeah, like I said, I'll be putting this article in the description and you can read it yourself. But let me go ahead and stress something real quick. It's like his family's home was burglarized and all of EJ's Christmas present, EJ the victim, the deceased, all of his Christmas presents were stolen. He still went on to become a star athlete at his school. And he did not descend into bitterness and started robbing people because all his Christmas presents got stolen 1 year. He still grew up to be a young man who knew the importance of helping someone. And that has its own reward. Okay, I would definitely say that young EJ has earned his wings. Yeah, if you believe in that kind of stuff. If you don't, hey, you know what? Just give it a rest for a second. But let's look at now. Let's look at the person who did this to EJ, the young man that was charged. And let's take one more look at EJ before I do this. Like his father said, EJ had a smile that would light up any room he walked into. But let's look at the person who took that smile away. This guy right here. Now, I know EJ is gone, and I know how no matter how many times I curse about this young man, is not going to bring EJ back. But yeah, it's always okay. Okay, just brace yourselves. It's always these dumb little motherfuckers like this Yeah, they're badass in the street, but look at the little dumbass look in his face once he knows that he's in trouble and he's not getting out of it. I can't. It bothers me in such a way because these what do these dudes expect? What do these dudes expect? What do they expect when they do things like this? They expect to completely get away with it. That they're just gonna shoot and kill someone, take their money, and then just walk away like everything is gonna be okay. That system, that racist system that young man lives in, loves things like this. You keep feeding dumbasses like this to the system, like, and we talk about this kind of thing. What leads these young men to make these decisions? We talk about this kind of thing and how we can prevent it. You just like just some suggestions like a balanced home, or just to prevent them from getting to this point to where they have to take young men like EJ's life. This POS is named Montreal Austin. And yes, he's and the good part is he's off of the street and he's being charged with capital murder. Now, according to EJ's father, Emilio Sr., the word got out that he was bringing money to a female friend. Now, how did the information get from the female friend to Montreal Austin? This young man pictured right here, who took the life of EJ. How? So there are people out here that are saying that it's a setup. He was set up. These these lazy ass dudes who can't get a job, who can't earn their way. Let's just say what it is. These punks are looking for shortcuts. Now, no. Besides raising pieces of crap like this, let me go ahead and say this. If your baby daddy looks like this and has behavior such as this, it is automatically your fault. Face it, anyone willing to murder for change is someone who has definitely given their character traits away before. Sorry. Sorry. This like, and he's been on this screen too long. I am so sorry, but this is, I want people like this to be remembered as a problem. This is something that this mentality. This young man, he's gone. He's gone. Once he's not getting out. But I want the mentality to be expunged. So young men like EJ, picture right here, don't have to lose his life. Now, you got it, because of stories like this, you got a bunch of men teaching their sons not to trust D's out here. And who D's are, you can be the person that says that. Might be a bit inappropriate for this broadcast. But like I said, people like Montreal Austin burn in hell. This I wish these kinds of people would get in trouble before they impact lives such as this. I'm very sorry to say that, but it's just that's just how it is. Is like this. Is like, for every productive man that is taken, it's the loss of two lives. Let's put it like this: it's an unnecessary loss of two lives. Montreal and EJ. And these are the kind of things that happen far too often in our community. Once again, my condolences to the family. Okay, okay, so however y'all however y'all feel about this, however y'all feel about this is just we have to understand that we as a people we have to be responsible for where we lead these young men to, and you know how they carry on with their lives. We are the it is the men and the women. I noticed I did notice how I said how fathers are probably going to have to approach teaching their sons how to deal with people. um, I know my parents, they spent quite a great bit of time, teaching me caution when dealing with people. And um, I'm sure that EJ's parents, Emilio Sr. and Stacy, I'm sure they spent a great deal of time teaching, their son as well. This is just one of those unfortunate things that happens to people in our communities all over the country and all over the world. That there has to be a knucklehead that doesn't get it, that impacts the life of someone that was simply just trying to help. I don't think I can call that person a friend. EJ obviously thought that he was helping a friend. I can't I can't do it because I sincerely believe that this person, for some reason, let Montreal, well, we know the reason, let Montreal know that there was someone on the way with money and ended up killing him. For whatever reason, uh, EJ did not have to lose his life. So, um, anyway, again, let's just read it off the screen. Rest in power to Emilio Elliott Jr. Um, Sunrise, March 30th, 1997. Sunset, April 17, 2020. My condolences. Uh, Before I end this, let's just have a moment of silence for EJ. Rest in power. Godspeed.